Hi, my name is Paige Phillips, and this is Module 7 for AEP 859, the case study. So a little bit of background about the case. This takes place at Triscuit Middle School. It's in the Rockford City School District outside a large metropolitan area. The assistant principal is Kim, who has been at Triscuit Middle School for about 5 years. She has about 650 students and 80 teachers and staff working at her school. It is in an urban school district with about 80% African American, 17% white, and 3% other students. About 65% of the students receive free and reduced lunch. And the school struggles with lack of involvement, so about 25% of the parents attend conferences and open houses. They're also looking to enhance their existing writing curriculum. So the problem that Triscuit Middle School is facing is that math and reading have below expectations on state achievement tests. So for the second year, math and reading have had state coaches to help improve their test scores, but they're still not going up. Students are struggling with short answer and extended response essay prompts on both math and reading exams. So it shows that many students do not answer the questions or just receive 0 scores on those types of questions. And they've come to believe that students are just uncomfortable answering those types of questions. They have included intervention classes that have been added into their 84-minute block schedule. They are also focusing a lot on reading and writing in those block schedule classes. They need to also focus on how students learn, just not what they are learning. And Kim also believes that focusing on how writing is taught could help them solve the problem, as well as a revision of the curriculum. So some legal and ethical issues that Triscuit Middle School is facing is that they struggle with meeting the needs of their diverse student population. So the curriculum calls for advanced and inclusion classes for language arts, but not much is done to differentiate the instruction for those students. The inclusion classes do have a special education teacher. However, the assessment materials and curriculum are typically the same for all the students, no matter what class they are enrolled in. By law, students are required to receive differentiated instruction molded to their various needs, and it's the teacher's job to teach to that variety and that diversity. So a synthesis. At Triscuit Middle School, there's a low achievement scores in math and reading due to ineffective teaching and assessment practices. Therefore, there are in need of a revised curriculum and teaching practices to improve achievement scores. So some synthesis of the facts. The people involved are Kim, who is the assistant principal, teachers who are majority white, parents, students who are 80% African American, 17% white, and 3% other. The place this takes place at is Triscuit Middle School, which is 7th and 8th grade. There are about 650 students and 80 teachers and staff. It's in an urban district outside of a large metropolitan area, and it is in the Rockford School District. The program, it includes low achievement scores in math and reading. They have 84-minute block periods and state coaches in their intervention classes. The curriculum is built on a deficit model, and there's a lack of authentic assessment and few multicultural experiences at Triscuit Middle School. So some prioritized information. Could this situation be damaging to stakeholders or the community? Yes, low student achievement and lack of involvement is detrimental to the school and the community as a whole. What individuals or groups have an important stake in the outcome? Everyone in the school community has a stake in this outcome, from students, teachers, administration, even up to the superintendent, and eventually that leads out into the community as well. So they all have a stake in this outcome. Have all the relevant stakeholders been consulted? At this time, I do believe they have. Can I learn more about the situation? I believe that all the necessary information is provided at this time. Do I know enough to make a decision? Yes, I believe the information and data that is available is okay to make a decision. So some options and possible consequences. So if we were to take no action, there would be no benefit to students or to the school district. If we took comprehensive action, which would be involving all the teachers in on this decision, or some intermediate strategies we could do is have the administration decide, have the intervention teachers decide, or a team of teachers and administration decide. So we're going to evaluate some of those options with some pros and cons. So if we took no action, there would be no money spent and the district would be the same. But one of the cons of that is that there would be no improvement in those scores, which is ultimately what we're trying to do. If we just had the teachers, they would feel involved, they'd be working together, and they would have a better understanding of what the students need. But they would also, one of the cons would be that there's too many people involved and they don't really have any budget concerns when they're thinking about these things. So if we just had administration decide, they would have budget ideas and they would be in direct connection with the higher ups and what their specific concerns were. But one of the cons would be that the administration do have a little bit less of a relationship with students and may not know their exact needs like a teacher would. And the other side to this is that there is no teacher involvement. If we looked at just intervention teachers, one of the pros would be that they know the specific needs of those intervention students, but one of the cons is that not all teachers are involved, and this is happening for all students, not just intervention students. If we made a team of teachers and administration, then everyone would be involved and there would be a lot of ideas. One of the cons, though, would be that there's a lot of people involved, so it would take longer to come to a decision on things and decide what they were going to do. So I think the best option for Triscuit Middle School would be for teachers and administration to work together to solve this problem. This gives them an opportunity to hear many different options and opinions. Once they have ideas to implement, they can involve the stakeholders like parents and the community members. So implementing this decision, so first we would need to create a team of teachers and administration. This would be done through volunteering. Then we would analyze the achievement scores and test data. Next, we would identify the struggling areas, which are math and reading, but just see the exact numbers on those. And then we would work on curriculum enhancement. So those things we would focus on would be writing skills, trying to get more parents involved in our school district, and try to get more multicultural learning involved, and then focus on effective teaching and learning. Then we would show this plan to the stakeholders, like the community, teachers, the Board of Education, and have them give input and suggestions. Next would be that the plan is approved, and then we would then move on to professional development for teachers. So some of those professional development would be things like effective teaching methods and strategies, ways to enhance writing skills across all content areas, and then additional resources. We would then use it in the classrooms and then collect achievement scores and test data. And then after that, we would evaluate the progress and what changes or improvements can still be made to this curriculum and this implementation.